Hello, this is Chu with GenDu, the Gentleman's Duel, here to give you the GenDu gameplay tutorial. I'm going to show you how to play GenDu. I trust that you have read and familiarized yourself with the card types. If not, that's okay. I'll try to explain them as I go along. First thing we're going to do is we're going to each draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are going to look for a level 1 room card. You have to start the game with a level 1 room card, otherwise you have to shuffle and redraw. And here I see I have a level 1 room card. I'll know it's room because it says room on it. Also, it has the white border as opposed to the gray or black border. The gray border is for verb cards and the black border is for noun cards, and I'll get into those a little later. So, do you have a level 1 room card in your hand? She does. Okay, to decide who goes first, we're going to cut our decks and to see who has the higher level card. Here I drew a 2 and she drew a 1. So I had the higher number, so I go first. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to begin setting up my dungeon. I'm going to lay down this level 1 room card like this. Now, every turn you're allowed to lay 1 room card down. And you lay them consecutively like that in order. And you also have to lay them in level order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7 rooms. You can only have 7 rooms on the field at a time. And the objective of the game is to get through the opponent's dungeon and hit them. So let's see if I have any cards here that I can play. This looks good. The first thing I'm going to play is Pinky the Cute. Now every card has a cost, and this one's cost is up here. You'll notice that it's a little square with an H written inside of it. The H means I have to sacrifice 1 card from my hand to play this card, and I will do just that. So I'm going to lay down Pinky the Cute, and I'm going to sacrifice this card from my hand, and I'm going to lay it in my discard, graveyard, whatever you want to call it, pile. Now Pinky is a noun, very similar to creature cards, in that it's, you know, an animal or a creature, whatever you want to be, and it has an attack, a health, and that little shoe is a speed. Now the attack represents how much damage it could do per attack. The health represents how much damage it could take per attack before dying. And the speed represents how many rooms it could travel per turn. Now since I just summoned her, I can't move her the first time she comes in. And now that I'm all out of cards to play, I'm going to end my turn. Now to end my turn, I draw a card. Yes, you draw a card at the end of your turn to signify the end. And I draw a card and it is your go.
Okay, so I am going to put down my level 1 room, and then I'm going to play my Scoutsicle, who's free.
She just played the Scoutsicle. It is also a noun card, has the attack, the health, the speed, and this one happens to have no cost. There's nothing up there, so she can just play that for free right away, and there she goes.
And I'm going to draw a card at my turn.
She drew a card and ended her turn. Now it is my turn, and let's see, what do I want to do? The first thing I'm going to do, of course, is lay down my room card for the turn. Now, let's see, what else can I play? Nothing really that I'd like to play at the moment. I do have this one really powerful card. However, it costs a room. The R represents a room, that little house. And I've only got 2 rooms on the field. I don't want to get rid of it just yet. But we'll probably do that next turn. Anyways, I'm going to draw a card, and I'm going to end my turn.
I will lay down a room card. And then equip my People's Sword to my Scoutsicle.
Okay, she just played a verb. That is an equipment card, and she is equipping it to her noun. That one happens to increase its attack. Okay.
And then I'm going to play my Stick Fingers.
She plays another verb. This one allows her to draw 2 cards. She pays its cost and draws 2 cards.
And then I'm going to draw a card to end my turn.
Okay, and she has ended her turn. Now it is my turn. I'll begin by laying down my room for the turn. I'll lay this down right here. Now notice I have 3 rooms. they always have to correspond to the level. Level 1, level 2, level 3. However, you don't necessarily have to play that level on there. Level 1, I could play level 2 or lower, so this could be a 2 or 1, and this could be a 3 or lower, 3, 2 or 1. And should I put a room here next turn, that could be a 4, 3, 2 or 1. And they don't have to be exactly in the numerical order. I could play 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, however. Anyways, I'm going to draw a card and end my turn.
I will put down a room.
She lays a third room down.
And then end my turn.
Okay, now it's my turn. Now it's time to spice things up a little bit. I'm going to lay my 4th room down. And now I'm going to play a really powerful noun called Meat Drapes. His cost is 1R, which is a room card on the field, so let's play that. Now, room cards have to be sacrificed from the end of your dungeon up. And you can never sacrifice the last room in your dungeon, or actually the first room in. This always has to stay. You have to sacrifice from the bottom up. So I'm going to sacrifice, he goes 1 room, I'm going to sacrifice this 1 room. And I'm also going to get rid of these 2 hand cards, because he also has 2 hand cards as part of the cost. It's 2 hand cards in a room. I paid the room now to get rid of the 2 hand cards. I'm going to get rid of these 2 hand cards right here. And he can't move or attack. He can't move the first turn he comes into play, so I'll draw a card and I will end my turn. You'll go.
I will lay down a room and then draw a card.
Okay, now it's my turn. Now let's see what we got going on here. So now I'm going to move into her dungeon. Now the way movement works is this. You move the amount of rooms equal to your speed, which is the little shoe. I'm going to move Meat Drapes 5 into her dungeon, and let's see how far we can go. So the first room we enter, we flip, we go in there, we flip, speed -1. So that takes us 5 down to a 4. So he has 3 more movements he can make. Next room, the Lost Arm room. He loses attack -1. That takes his 8 attack down to 7. He still has 2 more moves. 2, speed -2, and that takes his speed down to 0. He is out of moves for the rest of the turn. So I'm going to put him here. I'm going to draw a card and end my turn.
I will play my Speedy McGee for 1 hand card.
She lays another a noun.
And I will draw a card.
Okay. It's my turn again. So, Meat Drapes is down to... Now, note, as you travel through the dungeon, the effects stack. And they stick with you all the way through the dungeon. Now, negative effects don't apply to your own creatures in your own dungeon. Meaning, if she walked her own creatures in here, she would not suffer any of these negative effects, nor would she have to flip any rooms. But she's not doing that, but I just wanted to bring that up. Anyways, I have -2, -1, that's -3 speed, which takes us 5 speed down to 2. So I have 2 movements, which is luckily just enough to get through and over there. So let's go to the next room. When opponent enters Revenge Room, any level 3 verb in your hand is free to cast. Do you have any level 3 verbs in your hand? No? Okay, lucky me. And I'm going to go, and I am now here and within fighting range of her noun. So now let's get into combat. Anytime any nouns come in contact, they fight to the death. Now we happen to be in a situation where I'm facing 2 and they're hers. So I attack and she chooses her defender. Who will she defend with?
I will defend with Scoutsicle.
Scoutsicle. Scoutsicle has 1 attack and 1 health. But he has an equipment card, the People's Sword, which increases his attack by 2, and if he's a normie, an extra 1. So the 2 takes his 1 to a 3, and since he's a normie, if you look right here, it tells you the type of creature that he is. He's a normie, and he gets that extra bonus, which brings his attack all the way up to 4. So he's swinging for 4, That takes my 8 health down to 4, and I wipe him out because he only has 1 health. Now, I'm still attacking, so she only has to defend with Speedy McGee. Speedy McGee takes my 4 health remaining down to 2, and I kill him because 8 against 2, that's death. And now, I'm in a position to win the game. In GenDu, if I get to the other side of your dungeon, I destroy all your nouns, and I hit you once, I win the game. I destroyed all the nouns on that side of the field, and I'm about to strike her. But before I strike her, she is allowed a gentleman's turn, meaning she has 1 turn to defend herself, 1 turn to destroy that creature, or she loses the game.